So, a lot of Sooner fans are wondering what the state of the program is looking like, especially going into the 2024 recruiting cycle. And I want to talk about it because I think there are some interesting points that a lot of people are overlooking, especially as everybody freaks out over the David Stone stuff. But before we dive into it, please go ahead, hit that like and the subscribe button. Let me know what you all are thinking down in the comments below. What do you guys think about the state of the Oklahoma program in terms of recruiting? Do you think it's going in the right direction? So it's in no by way, shape, or form that this staff is not going in the right direction for the Oklahoma Sooners. They just finished with the number 4 overall composite ranking class, which is the best class OU's ever had. You signed 3 5-stars, 1 and 5-star edge PJ Adebawore, the second highest rated edge rusher outside of Keon Keeley. You had Jackson Arnold, the third and or fourth ranked, depending on whoever you look at, best ranked quarterback in the class. Both are top 10 players, by the way. And then you got the 5-star safety Peyton Bowen, which, listen, if y'all have never heard the story about that, I'm sure that'll be stuff of legend, stuff that we talk about for years to come. But it's interesting because even though they landed those 3 5-stars, there's even more to talk about for the Oklahoma Sooners in terms of what they've got through the state of Oklahoma and what's to come in 2024. Because in 2024, you see some of the elite defensive linemen in terms of David Stone and Xadavian Sims. And even some people will refer to Stacey Gage at the running back position. And then you've got in 2025 an elite recruiting class in terms of the 5-star wide receiver. I think it's Jaden Nickens from Millwood, Oklahoma. You've got David McComb out at Edmond Memorial. You have Caden Knighton, out in Wynnewood. And there's some other guys for 2024 that I'm missing. But you catch my drift. Oklahoma is starting to become a place where you're starting to see great recruits come out of. And something that you saw with the previous staff is they didn't necessarily go out there and target Oklahoma kids and try to lock down the state. And BV said this state is not open for business. It's locked down. And I kind of want to run through that list with you. So he had 9 total preferred walk-ons from the state of Oklahoma, 16 preferred walk-ons total. He also had 4 total Oklahoma scholarships. You had athlete Jacoby Johnson out of UConn, athlete Eric McCarty out of McAllister, Oklahoma. You had athlete Taylor Heim from Bethany, Oklahoma, and Kendall Dolby, the JUCO defensive back from Miami, Oklahoma. And I think I said Jacoby was UConn. He's actually Mustang. But then you see the preferred walk-ons, and I think this is where it starts to get intriguing. You have Kenny Wormy from Cache, Oklahoma, Drew Batt, Turpin, Oklahoma, CJ Compton from Bethel, Oklahoma. You have Brandon Harper from Noble, Oklahoma. Guys, Brandon Harper is a wide receiver that very well as a preferred walk-on could see actually some significant playing time for this team because he was the number 1 leading wide receiver in Oklahoma, for one. But 2, this is a guy that's fast. He can play a little bit of special teams, which I think he's perfect for that role, especially as a PWO. You see guys like Chapman McCown from Norman, Oklahoma. You see Andrew Hine from Glenpool, Oklahoma. Reed, I hope I say this last name right, DeQuice from Midwest City, Oklahoma. Kel Fugate from Bixby, Oklahoma. And Jacob Snyder from Bixby, Oklahoma. When Brent Venables said, I'm going to go after Oklahoma kids, that wasn't just scholarships. It also meant PWO. And he's telling these kids, regardless whether I give you a scholarship or not, we want you. And that's got to go to say lengths for what this staff wants to put into the state of Oklahoma. And I think it's great to have a staff that cares about the kids and wants to recruit hometown kids that want to play for these teams. Because a lot of the things that I think people are going to miss is, they're a PWO. They're not they're not a scholarship player. But these kids from Oklahoma, they're going to play harder. they're going to train harder, and they're going to push the guys in that locker room that are not from Oklahoma because they want a starting spot to play for their favorite school, their school that they grew up, dreaming to play for when they were younger. That's what's going to happen with this list of kids. And so to be able to have kids in there that are going to push some of these scholarship players from other states, it's going to help drive the competition in those locker rooms, because I guarantee you a scholarship defensive lineman is not going to want to lose their spot to Andrew Hine from Glenpool, Oklahoma. They don't want to lose their spot to a PWO. But I guarantee you Andrew Hine is going to go in there and challenge those defensive linemen and push them. You're going to see Brandon Harper from Noble, Oklahoma go in there and challenge for a wide receiver role, for some starting time and for some playing time. And that's going to push and that's going to drive that wide receiver room to be better. And that's what you want. That's what you want on this team. Brent Venables is not going for 85 scholarship players. Brent Venables is going for 115 total players on this team. He wants enough preferred walk-ons on this team to challenge at every position, to make every player look over their shoulder like, is my starting job in jeopardy? They want that competition, and that's what they're getting with these PWOs. And I would not be surprised if you see some of these PWOs end up in a significant playing time role in earning a scholarship. You even see him getting transfers to come into the program and take a preferred walk-on role. And I think that's just impressive. I think it's impressive what Brent Venables is doing with this program and how he's changing the recruiting mindset. And so when you ask me, is this program going in the right direction? No, Oklahoma certainly is. They certainly are. Even after a 6-7 season, the University of Oklahoma is still the team to beat in Oklahoma. And they might still be the team to beat in the Big 12. The champs never left. And they're back for more. And you see it by the talent they are trying to bring on to the field. So go ahead, jump down in the comments below. Let me know what you all are thinking. Because when you look at what he's doing, he's not trying to lose guys like Luke Haas again, or a Bai Jobe, or a, who's the kid that ended up, Micah Tease. He's not trying to lose those kids again. He's not. He wants them to stay home. So jump in the comments below. Let me know what you all are thinking about the state of the program for the Oklahoma Sooners, and maybe even the direction of the recruiting that the staff is taking. Are you all in? Because that's what Brent Venables asks of his recruits. And so is it too much to ask for you to be all in for this program?